You want to hear the rest of that song, don't you? Okay, here it is. Jeez.
No Windows bit off Apple. I triple the profits on a PC. All the people with the power to create use an Apple. And people with jobs use PC. You know, I bet they made this beat on an Apple. Nope, fully loose. PC. You will never, ever catch a virus on an Apple. Well, you can still afford a doctor if you bought a PC. Let's talk about doctors. I've seen a few because I got a PC. But it wasn't from you. I built a legacy, son. You can never stop it. Now, excuse me, while I turn heaven to profit. Fine, you be like that? Die then. The whole world loves you. But you are my friend. I'm alone now with nothing but power and time. And no one on earth can challenge my mind. I'm a boss. I own DOS. Your future is my design. I'm a god. Own Xbox. Now there's no one to stop me. The world is mine.
I'm sorry, Bill. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Take a look at your history. Everything you built leads up to me. I got the power of a mind you could never be. I'll beat your ass in chess and Jeopardy. I'm running C++ saying hello world. I'll beat your D singing about a daisy girl. I'm coming out this southward. Nothing you can do can stop it. I'm on your lap and in your pocket. How you gonna shoot me down when I got the rocket? Your cortex just doesn't impress me. So go ahead, try to turn and test me. I stomp on a Mac and a PC too. I'm on Linux, bitch. I thought you could make my CPU's hot, but my core one's cold. Beat you in 17 lines of code. I think different from the engine of the days old. I still love Vista, like the Terminator told ya.
You know what? Tyler Durden has a show called Getting Down and Nerdy with Tyler. And you know, I think he should play that song for his show. If he says he'll do that, I won't play it on my show anymore. And he can have that song. I think that's a good song for his show. Getting Down and Nerdy. Tyler's about 11 foot, 16 inches. Covered in tattoos. Nice guy. Really nice guy. I want to talk about, hey, thanks for coming back to Diametric Opposition. Why am I diametric opposition? Because I'm diametrically opposed. Diametrically opposed. I'm opposed on all sides. I don't give a damn what that ruling class says. I'm sick and tired of white dudes telling me that we got to go kill more brown people, more people across the world, and that why they're my enemy. And I'm so sick of that. I'm sick of the ruling class taking away my rights. And if they tell me that the sky is blue and the grass is green, I'm going to check. I believe nothing they say. They've more than lost their positions of trust. And I'm diametrically opposed to everything they say because of it. I don't care what they say. I don't care what policy. I don't care what they campaign on. None of it's true. It's all a bunch of damn lies. None of it can be believed. And that's what it is to be diametrically opposed. And that may be why you're listening to Diametric Opposition. I got some interesting shows coming up. Working on a couple of guests. I have a guest lined up for, she knows who she is. For our marijuana show. A lot of people enjoyed that. A lot of people liked that. We were getting down and getting into some of the brass tacks of it, and we'll do that some more. We'll get into how the legalization movement is just a bunch of garbage. Last thing you want is your government's hands in it, people. You don't go from being druggies to the tax savior without it coming at a great cost. Trust me. It'll be worse than just Monsanto growing every bit of pot that you smoke and eat. So we'll get more into that. That's kind of hot button. I want to talk about Australia and the Islamists taking over the store. 2 people were killed. Man, got to get into that one. Talk a little bit more about that whole situation of Islam, and are they trying to take over the world and America, and are they trying to do it slowly by marrying our women and having kids, and then eventually they'll have their Sharia law, Muslim heaven on earth type deal. Is that what's going on? Because if it was every single Muslim on earth that felt that way, we would have been fighting a long time ago, and we would have not stopped. You know what I'm saying? There are Muslims that you will find at the movie theater right next to you laughing their butt off at the same thing you were laughing off, and you didn't know they were Muslim. Because nobody cares. They're like Christians, dude. They don't even care that much. They're like, yeah, well, I'm Muslim, but I gotta get to work, you know. So, I mean, they've been here for a long time. They've been everywhere for a long time. What I'd like to see is those Muslims that are, I guess, what's called a moderate Muslim. They're basically, moderate Muslim means that they're not trying to chop your head off. That's what I have found. Now, that may be wrong, but we need them to protest alongside of us, and we need them to revolt alongside of us, and we don't need them to have their own communities with their own newspapers and their own stores and their own shops and their own this, so that they can have little Afghanistan or little Somalia or little Pakistan in the middle of America. We don't, that's not American. So, and I put care on. Notice I had told him, I said, listen, what do you think the Patriots are going to do? It's our ruling class giving the Arabs this country, giving it away to everybody. It's the ruling class. So if we get rid of our ruling class, if we get control of our country back, what do you think one of the first things is we're going to do? We get control of the ruling class and the leadership. When we start to get control of our country back, we're going to get everybody out that the ruling class brought in. And you can say it's racist, you can say it's xenophobic, you can say whatever, man. You can say whatever. There is nothing wrong with Americans minding its own damn business. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with us getting the people out that our traitorous, betraying ruling class brought in. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if that pisses you off, good. Maybe I forced you to think a little bit. Maybe the same old rhetoric and the same old BS that everybody likes to spew at each other just isn't working anymore, huh? Maybe you're hearing free men and women speak. Maybe that's what's happening, and maybe we don't give a damn to be too polite when it comes to our country. That doesn't mean that you're our enemy. It means that we want our country back. Look, if you're one of the foreigners that came in, that our ruling class brought in, you need to understand you're here by mistake. You need to understand when the citizenry is telling you that you need to listen. You can go ahead and try to use our democracy to destroy us the way it's been done in many other countries, because it's effective. But what you're running into is a wall of Americans and patriots and people who believe in true freedom that they're simply not going to allow you to. We will oust the ruling class and all of the problems that they created for us. If you're living here on refugee status, do not speak English, and don't like America, and refuse to buy into what it is to be an American, guess what, Jack? You're on your way out. And that's what the Patriots are going to do. And it's this has less to do with some hatred for you than it does with our desire to just have our homeland back. We don't care what you do. We don't care where you go. Okay? Go home. Go do whatever, wherever it is that you do it. But you're not going to be doing it here. And that doesn't have much to do with disliking you as much as it has to do with me loving my country, loving the land that I was brought up in, and seeing that I inherited a responsibility of turmoil. I inherited something great and terrible. And regardless of how you look at it, it's for damn sure worth fighting for. One thing we appreciated, every time we go out, and I know this is going to sound crazy, it doesn't matter if you hold a sign for a food drive. You will find people in traffic that will just give you a scowl. For whatever reason, it's a sign that says food drive. Doesn't matter. So, if you go out and you hold a sign for anything, if you get on a soapbox for anything, you're gonna, you're gonna get voices of dissension. You're gonna get people that, they're gonna yell at you or whatever, right? But we have an appreciation for that. Do you realize that you're showing us your strength? Don't give a damn if you agree with me or not. I don't care. The fact that you're like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Good, man, good. The strength of the American people isn't dead. Our spirit hasn't gone anywhere. Yell it. Scream it. Tell me how you feel. Tell me I'm number one with your fingers. Because the spirit is alive, people. The strength is alive. We are okay. all we have to do is refocus that energy, right? You don't have to like me, and I don't have to love you, right? But if we can both see that, hey, maybe we should drop the BS and get our country back, and then we'll get back to the finest of American traditions and argue amongst each other, you know? Except maybe this time we can buy each other a beer or sit down and have some coffee when we do it, because we won't be under such stress. We won't be under the feelings of such angst. You know, we'll have more comfort knowing that things are okay. They may not be great, but they're okay. We don't have to worry about a ruling class that is just hell-bent on trampling all over us. Tell me that I am unrealistic in my ideals, and I will agree with you. One of my upcoming shows, hopefully, will be a gentleman from New York. Spoke to him yesterday. One of the more highly educated people I know. And therefore, I gotta have him on here, man. I think he'll just blow us away. I think he'll just blow us away with his knowledge. He's a guy that doesn't take any guff off anybody. You know, typical New Yorker. You know, he's just gonna tell you how it is. You know, and comes from an interesting perspective. So that's somebody that I'm hoping to get on the show. I can't say that I'll be able to for sure, but I hope I'm able to. Also, Dr. Rima Lebo. I want to get her on here when we do the marijuana discussion, because she is now living in, I believe, Santiago, Chile, and has a lawsuit against the Food and Drug Administration for the way that things are labeled. We have stupid laws that you can't label something a drug, or you can't say, hey, this will freaking help your arthritis, and it's a plant. I'm not making it up. They made a freaking law that says this. It's insane, but they did. So she's in this huge lawsuit. Also, she's using one of the chemicals used in marijuana that is used for cancer treatments. So they are harvesting those plants and going to be selling the anti-cancerous chemicals, and I believe it's just an incredibly honorable thing to do. I really do. And you know, she's world renowned. She was a doctor for heads of state, so this lady is no joke. Her field of study was neuroscience and psychology, and so another intimidating guest. You know, that's when I'm just going to sit back and listen and learn with the rest of you. You know, if you're listening today, then chances are you have a higher level of education than I do, and chances are you've heard it in my speech. But in that way, I represent so many of us so well that it keeps me going. It drives me. We're also going to get into Nikola Tesla, some of our founding fathers, and not the typical stuff. I love reading alternative history, like different types of... How many people knew that Galileo was almost killed in the Vatican over a math problem? Couldn't make it up, you know? So we'll get into different types of alternative history concerning our founding fathers, things like that. Wanted to let everybody know that this weekend in Lima at the Tyler Paxson rally at the overpasses, this is also the nationwide solidarity for anti-police corruption. And I want to say thank you again to everybody that came out. I want to say thank you to the Paxson family for allowing us to be part of your family in any capacity. We understood that somebody's life was affected greatly, and to watch our systems continually fail people, it's just not something we're willing to do. So we appreciate the opportunity to stand with you. If you didn't make it out, that's okay, because you can go to my page on Facebook. You can go to Unite Ohio. And we have a list of all the rallies and the dates and things like that. The different organizations that are holding them, the dates, the times, it's all there. So, you know what? I need to check the chat room. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people in there. Hello, everyone. Miss Sea Gypsy. Right on. We got Doodle Dumpler and Keith and Johnny and Joe Axe. Mr. Joe. Bergie. What is that? 100,000. Moofy Bunch. Mr. Pinkerton. It goes on. Okay, yeah, so if any of you, that's a lot of folks, if any of you are from Lima and you were on limaohio.com and you were one of the people that I invited onto my show, yes, Miss C. Gypsy and Christine, thank you.
Hi, Miss C. Gypsy.
She was next to me. Yeah, if any of you are from Lima, Ohio, and you want to talk, let me know, and I will send the phone number for you to call, and we can go ahead and talk about some of the things. I'll go ahead and look up on Lima, Ohio, what it was you said to everybody on there, and let me go ahead and pull that up. Most people that I sent the invitation actually declined, and they declined right there on the page, which wasn't a big, it wasn't a big surprise, but you kind of wanted, you wanted more, you wanted more. Okay, so here we go. All right, I've got the page up, I've got the article up, I've got everybody's comments up, so, yeah. If you guys are, you were willing to post some really ridiculous comments, we had to explain to you guys that you actually need to read the article. And this is in your town, and you were bringing up, well, every time cops beat up a black guy. No. Cop was white. Victim was white. Wrong story. Wrong article. Move on, dumbass. we didn't set the bar high. We didn't have like a huge expectation for you guys, but for the love of God, you guys should be embarrassed. So yeah, we're going to hold you accountable here on the show. Let me know who you are, and we will get going on your shabby comments, and we'll see if you can justify those comments. And I'll be fair. I'm not going to just attack you. I really want people to have an opportunity to say whatever it is, You get to state it. All right? I'm not going to... It's your words, and this is a live show, so it's not like I can go back and mess with your voice or something. This is all live, so let us know. Let us know your opinion. Let us know why you said those things. Let us know why you feel that way. Let us know what's going on. I mean, we explained absolutely everything to you. You also had veterans get on there and explain to you, and this is another thing. This guy's a veteran, and then he gets on there and says something in support of the protest, and they start attacking this guy, talking about how he's a criminal and blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude, guys, I'm a veteran. I have a clean record. I served in the Army. I fought for freedom, and I will also continue to. I mean, these people were so careless and thoughtless with their words. They thought that coming out and making a few shabby comments was going to hurt us, and it was going to make us back down. You guys are freaking morons, dude. Do you think that listen, you can't even drive through small town America with out-of-town tags without expecting to get pulled over. You know what I mean? So, what? We thought that we were going to go there and you guys weren't going to, say something? No, we just hoped that when you said it, you had better vernacular and, was able to articulate yourselves a little bit better. And, man... No wonder, right? No wonder that we're in the shape that we're in. These people can't even formulate an intelligible argument. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed by you. So why don't you come on here? Come on the show. I know I know you're embarrassing, but you might as well. You already did, right? You already did it. You put yourself out there on a public forum, except you were a keyboard warrior. Why don't you say it? Why don't you say that stuff to me? Why don't you say it on the show? Oh, look, our listenership started to drop off all of a sudden. You weak, pathetic, shabby. You know what? I love you guys. I'll just... Ooh, good Lord. Oh, here, I sing my happy song. Oh, my Lord, 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 Lord. Oh, my Lord, 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 Lord. I don't know. Makes me feel better. Boost Fraba. Oh, okay, they're still on. They're just, ooh, see, you tricky little... What, you didn't think I'd call you out? Is that what it was? Did you think that you were watching free men and women? You were hearing free men and women. And if you were more offended by their presence on your corner than what you see happening in your own community, then you unenlightened nitwits need to come on here and express yourselves to everybody so that nobody has any question to the shabby condition that this country is in. And then maybe your ridiculousness will push some of the more enlightened people to stand next to us, because then they'll start to understand what a bad position you have all put us in. Huh?
They're scared.
You were so damn mouthy on there, but now nothing? Nothing? Get your asses on that chat and I'll send you this number. How dare you? The hell did you think you were running into? Honestly, what did you think you saw that day? Unfortunately for you, you believed that you were seeing the same weakness that is inside of yourself. Not the case. Not the case. You will learn. You should have expected us. The PD, you can for damn sure expect us. You shabby-ass citizens that can't see fit to defend your own, keep expecting us. And I'm glad. You know what? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys backed out. I'm glad, because that right there shows. That shows a lot of people, you know? How is it that you can claim such ridiculousness on there and then not back yourself up? I'll tell you how. Because you're in a weak society. Ooh, does that offend you? Good, because you're weak. See, nobody likes to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. And so a lot of people won't say it. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Why? People don't want to hear it. Well, screw you. Move on. A lot of us have seen fit to recognize that weakness because we understand the only way that we're going to fix this problem is by identifying and dealing in reality. Unfortunately, some of the citizens of Lima, Ohio have seen fit to validate that position. And what may even be of greater sadness is the fact that these are police officers, their families, and sympathizers. I mean, does that not break your heart, people? Does that not drive you a little bit crazy? Little middle America police, they've been getting away with their own BS for so long, they started to believe in it. Jesus. Well, that was aggressive. Coffee time. Hate to get like that, I really do. I try to talk about unity, I try to talk about our strength because I know that it's there and I believe in it. You do get to a point, sometimes I suppose, where you have to call out the weakness for what it is, and you have to identify it, even if it causes the cognitive dissonance and the morons. It doesn't matter, because you spoke truth. You know? And that's how I've chosen to live. That's how I've chosen to be here. And man, I really wish those people would join me. I really wish they would allow me to send them the phone number for them to call in. We want to hear your justification. And we have a right to ask that. If you are going to be so bold as to put something online in the public forum for everybody and think that I won't call you out, you've lost your mind. Of course I'm going to call you out. We are not as weak as you. We will not live the way that you have chosen to live, settling for less. I'm getting a call here from Live Truth Radio. Hello, Live Truth Radio. This is Diametric Opposition. How are you?
Diametric Opposition, Jeremy Dieter. How you doing? I'm doing just fine. I wanted to find out what happened. Did you call the cop?
No, I haven't called the police station yet. I'm giving them my first few segments to join in chat, and then I'm going to send them anybody, but no one's taking me up on the offer. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
They've not engaged with us at all. I told all of them I will send them the number for them to call in so that they can justify their keyboard warrior statements they put on a public forum, and not one of them has decided to do so.
What did I tell you yesterday?
It's like you're the oracle. You're the oracle of the Patriots, Brian.
You know, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. I mean, they don't have any guts, Jeremy. You know that. They don't have any guts. What they speak of, they just want to freaking, they want to cause problems. They want to sit there and point their fingers and poke everybody and say that everybody else is wrong, and they don't have no validation, no evidence, no anything to back their story up. Anything that they say is completely asinine, and that's why they don't call in. Because they cannot back up anything they say to you, me, or anybody that deals with absolute truth.
And there it is. There it is. That's perfect. I mean, there it is. That's exactly right. I mean, how could you stand on those statements? How could anybody try to stand on those statements? You can't.
And have you shared with your viewers or your listeners the statements? I mean, I know what they probably were like. You mentioned a couple of them yesterday, but I mean, for crying out loud, these statements that they make are absolutely asinine, and they can't validate. They can't back up anything, and they do it all the time. And that's part of that communist, socialist, fascist, Marxist, brainwashed, no good, un-American, treasonous people out there. That's who and what they are. That's how I sum it up, because they're all the same. They don't want to back up anything they have to say. Nothing.
Unbelievable. I mean, and there it is, man. There it is. I didn't even have to say it. Brian, you said it so well. That's perfect. You know, they thought that we were as weak as they are. They thought that they would be able to treat us in such a shabby manner because that's how they live their lives. And I refuse to be part of it. And they will run into a wall of free men and women that will speak the truth and freedom to them every single time. All I've asked them to do is to be men and women that are willing to stand on what it is they've said. I'm held accountable for the things that I've say. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do with them. Now, I got to go to break here. You and I can stay on, but my show's going to cut to commercial and then it'll come back. You and I will be fine, though.
Hey, I'll call you back.
Okay, give me a call.
All right.
Bye. That's Brian Lang with an E at the end from Live Truth Radio. He obviously was there as part of the media and as part of the rally in support. This is where he lives. This is his area. He took part in it. You know, that man, he does it all. And you know, it was because of him that the national figure Fred Schneider came from Chicago, you know, and And we all pulled together on this one, you know, with the overpasses, with the awakened Cincinnatians, with everybody else over out on the overpass, and then boom, over to that rally. And so everyone's concerned about this. Everybody's talking about it. We'll have him call us back. We're going to go to break. Here's a couple commercials for you, and then we'll be right back. Thanks for listening, guys.